Hey there, gentlemen. This is Steve with Good Guys to Great Men. This is where we take our confusion and our fears and frustrations with women, love, and sex, and we turn them into the masculine strength and confidence and clarity that we want to have the life and the relationships we want. This is video number 11, I think. I'm redoing last week. Tell you what, I got some feedback, and in this process of making videos and trying to prove to you that one drip at a time I can get a little bit better, I came back outdoors where I'm more comfortable and out of the studio, which was my pool room in the basement. So the feedback I got was that last week I wasn't clear. I wasn't concise, and I didn't get to the point. And two people, I'm going to talk about my buddy Neil in Sweden and Steve out in DC. They gave me some feedback that I was cheating you. I actually, with my title of How to Be a Man of Action and Get What You Want, that kind of stuff, I went off into some rabbit hole, and I never got to the point. So that's not what I want to do. I want to be real with you, and I want to tell you what I meant by being a man of action and getting the life you want. So in this video, I'm going to try to fix that. When I told Steve from DC on the phone what I meant by that, he said, why don't you just say that? Why don't you just say what you just told me? What I told him was a story about what I feel about accountability, about men being able to hold each other accountable by working together and actually stop talking about what we want to do and who we want to be and actually do something different. So I told him about my coach. My coach's name is Peter in Sweden. If you guys are an entrepreneur, by the way, and you want a business coach, let me know and I'll turn you on to Peter in Sweden. He's in Finland. Sorry, I get all those countries mixed up. Peter's in Finland. He's younger than me, and he's kicking my ass because I told him on the phone the other day during my coaching call with him that I didn't think I had a product in me. He said, why don't you do a product? Why don't you make a book? Why don't you do something you can sell cheaply that guys can buy cheaply and get into your program at a lower level so they can see who you are and what you have to offer? And so for 4 or 5 weeks, I don't know, we've been talking about this, and he told me to send him an email last week on my coaching call this week. He said, why didn't you email me? And I couldn't say anything. He said, what are the reasons why you didn't email me with your proposal on the book you might write or the product you might make? And I had to be honest. I had to say, I'm not sure I can write something people will pay for. This is too personal, right? Everything's one-on-one, over the phone, Skype, face-to-face. That's the value I bring. And I can't do this coaching thing on paper in a book. And he said, why not? And I said, I just don't think people would want it. I don't think that I could sell anything online that would actually be helpful to people. And then he said, well, do you know anybody else who is doing it in your space? Any other coaches who are actually selling things that help other people? And I said, yeah. He goes, and you don't think you can do what they do? Anyway, the whole coaching thing just went down to this guy kicking my ass, right? He's asking me question after question, trying to dispel this limiting belief I have that there's something I can't write or do or produce and sell for $10 or whatever that would actually change somebody's day, change their week or change their month. And in him kicking my ass, he's holding me accountable. And when I told this story to my video guy, Steve, he said, that's what you're trying to say last week, wasn't it? Isn't that all you're trying to say, is that we have a bunch of beliefs that keep us from doing stuff we want to do, and that we need each other. We need men to hold us accountable, because we can't always make our women hold us accountable. So when it comes to love and relationships and sex and all that stuff, I find that we do talk a lot about what we should do, how we should feel, and what we might do differently tomorrow. And all I meant to say last week is that with all the books telling us what to do and all the webinars telling us what to do, unless we're willing to allow another guy to hold us accountable, whether it's me or anybody, really, we don't take the action. We don't follow through. And the story about me is that I made excuses for 5 weeks of not even making an outline of a book I could write that would help you. And it took my coach to kick my ass and say, look, you're just making excuses. You have limiting beliefs that are keeping you from getting what you want. I'm hoping that was clear. I wanted to do this retake because I don't ever want you to feel like I'm under-delivering or somehow missing the point, or trying to make a sale on my coaching business instead of giving you value. The point is, men need men. We don't hold ourselves accountable sometimes without that help. And that's the message. Anyway, I'm going to end this video with a little panorama here. I'm up here in the rocks behind my place where we have a retreat coming up on November 7th, and we're getting nearly full, but I thought I'd show you a little bit of what this is like around here. This is going to get wobbly, don't get seasick. And I'm going to walk up here, go to the top of the rock. Excuse me while I stammer up here. I want to show the guys who are coming to the retreat and those who haven't signed up yet that when you come, we're probably going to get out here and do a little hiking. We're going to look around a little bit. Probably going to get out and write some things down. We're going to answer a question at this retreat, and it's going to be a powerful question. One of the first things I'm going to ask you is, what is it that you don't want other men to know about you? What is it about you you don't want us to know? That's going to be the first question. And we might have to come out here and think a little bit to get clear on that. But that's going to start the retreat off right, and we're going to get vulnerable. We're going to have some fun, some food, and some beer. I'm looking forward to it. November 7th, 12 to 6 here at the Ponderosa. Give me some feedback on this video. I appreciate everybody, and take care. Bye-bye.